My name is Taylor, and I am a clinical yoga therapist here at the Sanctuary, and I am honored to be able to share these practices here at this center. Yoga, the word means union or integration or balance or wholeness, but it's a practice that we do to try to tap into that space. You know, when it comes to trauma or addiction or loss of purpose, sometimes there's a piece of the soul that kind of leaves the body. And yoga helps us to bring awareness back into the physical container of that spirit, bring attention to it, acknowledge it, and circulate energy through it by the alignments that we hold in the body. There's teachings, there's scriptures on yoga. They're about, thousands of years old. There's a sage named Patanjali who wrote these sutras, and one of the first is Atta Yoga Anushasana, which means, and now the discipline of yoga begins. But really what that means is, and now in the present moment is where union happens. And that second sutra is Yoga's Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which means yoga is the stilling or the cessation of the fluctuations in the mind. So in these teachings, we talk of something called ama, which is anything that's undigested, unprocessed, unresolved. It could be through food, could be through the perception, but anything that's unresolved or undigested, when it's not attended to, it wreaks havoc on the system. And so when it stays in the body long enough, it starts to maybe cloud the organs, the heart, the lungs, the liver, the stomach, the lens of perception. And then all we can see is that ama, that undigested, unresolved experience. So these practices are meant to help open the body, move energy through it, and purify all of those pieces that might have been holding in the body, because that container, the vessel of the body, of the spirit, adores us and longs us to take care of it, to acknowledge it. But it's quite often when we experience these tribulations, these trials, these pains in life, that the body feels a little unsafe to reside in. So whether or not one can touch their toes or considers themselves flexible, actually flexibility has nothing to do with the physical body. It's where's the heart lifted, where's the spine at, but not just the physical spine, it's the mental spine. And just being able to be there with the body, take care of it, and just breathe through it without the judgment there. And as we work with the practices, we start to dislodge that ama, that undigested experience within the body. And as it bubbles up in the mind, as we hold the postures or move or breathe, we might notice a thought. That's called the vritti, that thought that comes up, and we might identify or try to latch onto it. The whole thing is let it move out of the body, let it arise up, and just breathe through it and let it go. So that way we can move through that ama, that undigested, unresolved experience or food stuff, whatever that is, and move through, purify the things that might have separated us from our true nature. And then just come back at home at ourselves. So we recognize that the body is a safe place to reside.